Hello everybody, my name is Keith Doyle, firefighter on Truck 9C, and today we'll be going over utilizing the aerial as a high point. First off, we're going to review the 2010 Sutphen aerial that can be found at stations 9 and 34. Our objective today is going to be removing a victim from the roof line and bringing him down to the ground utilizing the aerial as a high point. Aerial high points can also be utilized for below grade, but today we'll be demonstrating from above grade. Today we'll be using a variety of equipment. We'll have a few anchor straps and pulleys that we'll use to rig the aerial, and then we'll have our standard MPDs, which we'll use for our standard operations for building mechanical advantage. We also have a litter and two 300-foot ropes. What we've chosen here to do today is a twin tension system running both lines to the tip of the aerial. So we have our litter bridle connected to our litter. We're going to have that in an attitude where our head is risen for our patient care, and we can adjust that once we get the litter off the ground. Up to the bull ring, we have both lines connected to the bull ring. Follow them up. They connect to rings just before the bucket. The tip of the ladder, just before the bucket, there's two rings that hang down. Those are our rated connection points for the Sutphen aerial. We'll make our connections there. These pulleys act as a change of direction. We've built no mechanical advantage to this point. Our mechanical advantage once again is going to be built on the ground. So if you follow our ropes back, we've come back to the pedestal where we'll have two more change of direction pulleys. As you guys can see, this is an anchor strap wrapped twice around the base of our push ram, and this will provide us our change of direction to build our mechanical advantage on the ground. What we've done with this system is we've got one on each side of the ladder, and we'll be splitting our rope systems to achieve our twin tension system. At the end of our ropes, we have our MPDs put in place, which will be used as our lowering devices. As soon as we get the aerial in place, we're going to lower the litter onto the roof in order to put the victim on. And at that point, our aerial is going to be locked out, the truck will be shut down, and we'll convert this into a mechanical advantage 3-to-1, which we already have laid out here to haul the victim up above the parapet level. And then again, we'll transition it into a lowering system, taking out our mechanical advantage, utilizing our MPD as a lowering system. We have the same setup on the other side. So here we have our MPD put in place. This will be on the rear side of the truck. What's important when you split your systems like this is to make sure both your MPD operators have a clear line of sight so they can help maintain the same speed. One of the last things we'll need to put in place is the taglines to help control the litter as we elevate it, preventing any twisting. So now that we've rigged the aerial and we have our MPDs in place, our next operation is going to be raising the aerial just above the roof line and above the parapet to be able to put the litter on the roof. This operation does take some coordination between the two MPD operators, a person guiding the evolution, and the aerial operator. Other positions that will have to be filled is we'll have somebody tending the litter on the taglines, ensuring that it does not twist and we keep control of it, as well as having a member on the roof line to help guide the aerial as it comes over. If you notice, the placement of the aerial doesn't exceed very far over the roof, if over the roof at all, allowing us to load our victim into the litter. And when we raise the litter up with our mechanical advantage, that will then put our fall line going directly down the wall. With a little bit of help from our tagline, we'll avoid touching the wall at all, bringing our victim and our litter down safely. Something to take into consideration is the rescuers on the roof. If we need to move our litter to our victim and we choose to disconnect it, we need to be cognizant of disconnecting these lines. What will happen is the weight of the rope through the aerial will suck these up to these pulleys, putting them out of our reach. So a few options for putting our victim into the litter is A, disconnecting one side and loading them and reconnecting it. The weight of the litter will help keep these onto the ground. Or B, if we disconnect these, we need to anchor them down or assign somebody to tend these lines so they don't get sucked up to the tip of our aerial. We're now building 3-to-1 mechanical advantage. This mechanical advantage will be what's utilized to raise the litter the few feet off the roof and over the parapet. In a twin tension system, we'll be building this mechanical advantage on both the red and the white line. Now our mechanical advantage is put in place. We have a 3-to-1 built on both the red line and the white line, and we're going to haul up. It's important in a twin tension system we haul at the same speed. So Up on red, up on white. This is that time where both haul teams have a good line of sight of each other and can maintain the same speed. Stop on red, stop on white. Now the haul field in this case doesn't need to be anything extravagant, considering that we're only raising the litter up a few feet over the parapet. Because at this point, we're now going to transition our mechanical advantage back into a lowering system on both lines, the red and the white. So we'll take out our 3-to-1, going solely back to our MPDs. So now that our mechanical advantage has been removed, we're back onto our MPDs as our descent control devices, and we're going to lower the load, which is our victim in the litter, down to the ground safely. Our tender is in place with his hands on the tag line, and we've checked with all members to make sure everyone's ready for the operation. Red line ready. Tag line ready. White line ready. White line's ready. So now we'll go down on red, down on white. Again, a twin tension system. We want to maintain the same speed on both lines. What our tag line's doing is keeping the litter away from the building, preventing any unnecessary contact. You notice our litter is riding with the head up high for patient care, an adjustment that we could make at the roof once we elevate the litter a foot to 2 feet.
Six feet. Down.
Something to consider once again, once we get the litter on the ground, if we were to disconnect from the litter, our ropes once again will be sucked up to the tip of the aerial. So something just to be cognizant in as we remove the victim and get them ready for transport. Today we showed you the standard on how to rig the aerial on the 2010 Sutphen, which you can find as your frontline trucks at Station 9 and 34, and offered one method of how to build your mechanical advantage on the ground. Today we showed both line splits. Obviously, how you build your mechanical advantage on the ground will be completely incident driven. If you have any questions on these operations, please feel free to contact Captain Chuck Hawkins, Captain Ethan Martinez, or Captain Aaron Krieger at their respective fire stations. Thank you.